Here's a 4-3 under defense. It's a man-to-man defense that gets some pretty solid pressure, and it usually works a little bit similar to the 4-3 over mid-smoke contain blitz that I showed earlier. So we'll go ahead and show this. This works against it's good against both under center and shotgun. I'll just show it against shotgun since I know that most of the time if it can get pressure on a shotgun, it'll work against under center. So we'll just go with shotgun. We'll go with a play like flanker dig here on offense. And then the play that we're going to use here is from the 4-3 under, and it's free fire. And here it is, here, free fire. And it's there's a couple steps that you have to do to set it up. So the first thing that you want to do is shift the line to the left. And then you want to manually position this outside linebacker in between the defensive end and the defensive tackle, and you want to re-blitz him. And then you want to re-blitz this defensive end. And then I like to select this defensive end here and put him in contain. Since we shifted the line to the left side, that automatically makes it so that we're going to be vulnerable to a scramble out to the right. And so I put this end over here in contain. And the last step that you can do here is you want to take this middle linebacker here, and he's blitzing by default, but really you don't need him to blitz. And so what I like to do here is put him in a hook zone and then just manually control with him. And this is basically the same principle that I talked about earlier when I talked about man coverage. Usually when I play man coverage, I like to bring a blitz, and then I like to cover the middle with the hook zone. And then, I mean, if they're going to throw an out pattern or something like that, I'll just, have to tip my hat and come back at them with something new the next time. But I don't want to give up easy, quick passes over the middle. So that's kind of what I do when I play man coverage most of the time. I mean, sometimes I mix it up, obviously, but most of the time when I run man coverage, that's what I like to do. So let's go ahead and take a look at the play, and then we'll go ahead and see why it worked. Alright, if we go into instant replay mode, we can see exactly what we did here. Basically what we have here is an overload on the left side, as you could tell probably when I was setting it up. And every single time, one of these two players, either the defensive end or the outside linebacker, will come free. A lot of times I've seen the linebacker come free, and he'll get really quick pressure. But if he doesn't, for sure the defensive end will, and in this case, actually both of them came free. And so that's it gets really quick pressure. And the other nice thing about it is there's no way at all you can scramble out to the left side with the quarterback. And so obviously we put that defensive end on the right side in contain, specifically to prevent somebody to try to scramble out to the right side. I can go ahead and show a play with me running it to the right side if you want here in just a minute. And then the other thing that we did is we took this middle linebacker here, we put him in a hook zone, and that's good at taking away any of those quick passes over the middle that a quarterback might want to throw when they're feeling pressure. So I wasn't really manually in control of him, but if I were playing a game, I would be. And so that's what I'd be looking to do. We'll go ahead and show one where I scramble out to the right side, and you can see what will happen there. So basically, that's the setup with those two guys, re-blitz those two guys. This guy in contain, this guy in hook zone. That's the final version of what it looks like. And see there, if you try to scramble out to the right side, you're going to get hit by that defensive end. We'll go ahead and look at that in instant replay too. See, this time it was the outside linebacker who came free. And there's the outside defensive end there in containment. So this is a pretty solid blitz in terms of, like I said, I always feel like it's important when you're drawing up blitzes to have good containment on the quarterback, and this is definitely one that does that. Gets great pressure coming from the outside left side if they sit in the pocket, and then if they try to roll to the right, you get this defensive end out here who's in contain, and he'll clean that up pretty easily. So that's the play. It's the 4-3 under free fire.